In a world where heroes are rare, one man rose to become immortal. He wasn't just a wrestler, he was a symbol of strength, hope, and relentless fight. Hulk Hogan, the voice of millions of beating hearts, a man who conquered souls and never gave up. This is the story of his life, his falls, his comebacks, and his legacy. A story that will never be forgotten.
Terry Bollea, the man the world knows as Hulk Hogan, was born on August 11, 1953, in the quiet town of Pensacola, Florida. A working-class family with no apparent sign of a future global star. But deep inside this young boy was something that set him apart, a fiery passion to reach beyond the ordinary. Terry's childhood was filled with simple, innocent moments, street games, school friends, and a family that always stood behind him. But unlike many kids his age, he had a deep and undeniable love for sports, especially wrestling. From a young age, he worked tirelessly to build not only his physical strength but also his endurance, knowing that success in wrestling required more than a strong body. It demanded a fearless and fighting spirit. Throughout high school and college, Terry honed his wrestling skills with relentless practice, quickly rising to become one of the best in his field. But his path to professional wrestling truly began when influential coaches and industry figures spotted him. Initially competing under different names, none truly captured his true power and personality. It was then that Terry decided to craft a new and unique identity, a persona that was not only physically dominant but could also capture the hearts of millions of fans. That's when Hulk Hogan was born, a champion with long hair and a perpetual smile, donning bright yellow and red attire, throwing massive punches and shouting with energy that made him an instant icon. But behind this larger-than-life character was a hard-working, determined man who faced grueling training, setbacks, and countless challenges daily. His life wasn't just a simple story of victories, it was a story of struggle, hope, and perseverance. Hulk Hogan, a man who came from a small town and a modest life, was now preparing to take on the world. This chapter of his life marked the beginning of an epic journey, a journey that not only transformed his own life, but revolutionized the world of professional wrestling. The tale of a boy who became a champion, a story millions eagerly followed, turning him into a living legend. When Terry Bollea, later known as Hulk Hogan, stepped into the world of professional wrestling, few could have predicted that he would become one of the most prominent and influential figures in the sport's history. Hogan's success was not only due to his incredible physical strength, but also his charisma and deep connection with the audience, which allowed him to quickly win the hearts of fans worldwide. He began his career in the 1970s under different names like Terry Bollea and the Hulk, but none truly captured his unique personality and presence. In his early years, Hogan competed in regional and smaller wrestling organizations, working hard to develop his own style and persona. A major turning point came when Hogan signed with WWE, then WWF. This contract marked the beginning of a new era known as the Golden Age of professional wrestling. During this time, Hulk Hogan, with his colorful costumes and energetic roars, became the face and most popular star of WWE. One of Hogan's defining traits was his powerful yet friendly persona that attracted fans. He wasn't just a wrestler, he was seen as a true hero fighting for justice, never giving up. His famous catchphrase, Hulkamania, was more than just a slogan. It symbolized the passion and excitement of millions of fans who cheered him on. Throughout the 1980s and early 1990s, Hogan won the WWE Championship multiple times and shone in major events, including WrestleMania. His matches against The Undertaker, Randy Savage, and Iron Sheik remain some of the most memorable moments in wrestling history and are still regarded as classics by fans. Hogan's fame extended beyond the wrestling ring. He became a media personality appearing in TV shows, movies, and commercials, which helped him reach audiences beyond wrestling fans. Films like No Holds Barred and family TV shows added to his celebrity status, making him a globally recognized figure. However, Hogan's success was not without challenges. The pressures of work, fan expectations, and backstage battles in wrestling organizations created a life full of stress and hardships. He faced injuries and personal struggles multiple times, but returned to the ring with stronger determination, proving why he was a legend. Hogan was also one of the figures responsible for transforming professional wrestling from a niche sport into a global cultural phenomenon. He left a deep impact on future generations of wrestlers and played a key role in expanding WWE's popularity. Ultimately, Hulk Hogan's prime years tell the story of a man who, through self-belief, hard work, and love for wrestling, became not only a champion of titles, but also a champion in the hearts of millions. He symbolized strength, hope, and motivation, a man who taught everyone that nothing is impossible when you dedicate your heart and mind to it.
Every hero has a story not just made of victories. Hulk Hogan was no exception. Behind all the smiles, shouts, and successes, his life was filled with challenges and hardships that few knew about. In this chapter, we dive deep into those struggles and his remarkable comebacks. Entering the 1990s, Hogan faced a wave of changes in the professional wrestling world. Young, energetic competitors with new styles entered the ring, and Hogan, now a symbol of classic wrestling, confronted serious challenges. Alongside these pressures, personal and family issues added complexity to his life. One of Hogan's biggest blows was his departure from WWE in the early 90s. This led him to join other organizations and experience new wrestling styles. However, returning to the ring was never easy. He had to prove once again that he still belonged at the top. With iron will and faith in himself, Hogan managed to make a powerful comeback. During this period, Hogan became one of the top stars of WCW, WWE's main rival. This organization gave Hogan a new stage to showcase his strength and surprise fans with his evolved style and moves. His legendary matches against Ric Flair and Sting remain iconic moments still remembered by fans today. Alongside professional success, Hogan's personal life faced many ups and downs. Legal troubles, family disputes, and media pressures frequently placed him in the negative spotlight. Yet Hogan never let these obstacles derail his path. With continued love for wrestling and connection with fans, he proved that a true champion is made not only in the ring, but also by standing tall through the toughest times. Hogan's return to WWE in the late 90s came with a new persona. Hollywood Hogan, a darker, more complex character who played a villain. This transformation brought a fresh wave of popularity and excitement, proving Hogan still had the ability to evolve and innovate. This chapter tells the story of a man who didn't just stand tall at his peak, but grew stronger with every fall. A triumphant comeback story that inspired millions and proved that nothing can stop a determined will. When the name Hulk Hogan is mentioned, it's not just a wrestler that comes to mind, but a cultural icon who carved a place in the hearts of millions. In this final chapter, we take a deeper look into his unparalleled legacy, his impact on professional wrestling and the world around him, and the closing moments of his life. After his peaks and comebacks, Hogan became a living legend, not only shaping wrestling history, but also serving as a role model for future athletes and fans. His powerful voice and signature moves inspired those who sought to learn strength, determination, and courage. However, Hogan's life, like any true hero's, was not only filled with success. He faced numerous personal and professional challenges, from media controversies and legal issues to physical and mental health struggles. These bitter and sweet experiences showed us a real human being, a man who, with all his flaws and strengths, always sought to be better. Hogan also played a key role in transforming professional wrestling's image. He showed the world that wrestling is not just a sport, but a spectacle of epic stories, thrilling rivalries, and close fan connections. Through media, advertising, and social platforms, he turned wrestling into a global cultural phenomenon. In his later years, Hogan remained active in various sports, charity work, and media appearances. Through TV shows, documentaries, and wrestling events, he maintained his status and kept a close bond with his fans. Hulk Hogan's sudden death from a heart attack was a huge blow to the wrestling world and millions of fans. But his legacy lives on, in memories, films, stories, and especially in the hearts of those who loved and were inspired by him. Ultimately, Hulk Hogan's story is the story of a hero's life, a man who rose above hardships, fought with love and determination, and became an unforgettable symbol. He taught us that no matter how hard life gets, hope and effort can light the path, and anyone can be the hero of their own life.